It is crocodile time. I've been waiting for this moment. I'm very excited to bring you this movie. It is Lake Placid, and welcome you right there. I'm talking to you. Welcome to the 31 Days of Dread. This is in October. This is where we do one horror movie a day for the entire month of October. We're in our crocodile block. That's right. We got two croc movies back to back. Let's get to it. Let's get through that intro. We have a lot to talk about. All right, everyone, before we get into something spooky, let me tell you something. Trial by Fire. It's my comic book available right now on Indiegogo. Link in the description. And I will see you on the printed page. Welcome back. All right, so I gotta slow down just a little bit because I'm still deep in my October grind. We're doing Inktober. That's on my Instagram, AKAPAD69. People, I have a 9 to 5. I got a job to maintain. So that's been kicking up. I got 2 comic book projects like growing congruently. It's just a lot of work. But the 31 Days of Dread, part of to me what makes this very important. Why is it important? Because essentially, we try and find and sometimes even rediscover the movies people forgotten. And then sometimes we watch movies that are popular and you see why they're popular. You see why they maybe resonated. This is that case. I always heard about Lake Placid. When I sat down to watch Lake Placid, I thought I was watching this other movie called Primeval, which is based on the true story. That's not that. Now, Lake Placid and Crawl are next 2 movies. They're potentially the 2 greatest crocodile horror movies of all time. Primeval, it might be 3. It might be in the top 2. It might be better than Lake Placid. It really might. I have to re-explore that movie and kind of categorize it in this fashion. So it was late. It was late a couple nights ago. I'm talking 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. And a lot of, I don't want to call it a grind. I'll call it a process. But a lot of what I exercise during the 31 Days of Dread is, I do that brain dump that, I clear, wrong term there, people. I'm sorry. I take away some of my triggers. So a lot of times when we sit down to watch something on Netflix or Amazon Prime, Hulu, we just want to scroll. We don't really want to pick a movie, and we're more into the thumbnails than the content. During the 31 Days of Dread, this is released from me. I don't recognize it. If I sit down and I hit something or I see a thumbnail, I start watching it. There's a lot of movies that I start for the 31 Days of Dread that don't even make it to a potential lineup because I let my curiosity get the best of me. I had a lady friend over yesterday and I started 3 separate movies. Because I love the beginning of movies. I don't know why. I would sit down all day and just do nothing but watch the beginnings of movies because I love, setting the mood. I think it's William Friedkin. He said, "Great beginnings are easy, great endings are easy, great middles are hard." There's so much truth. It might have been Arthur Miller, but there's so much truth to that theory, to that idea. But when we get into the 90s, and this is a 1999 movie, so I previously was just discussing 1999 is the most forward year in film history because of what came out. Okay, so we have a major Hollywood creature feature that I would say is somewhat bringing back a genre that was gone for a while. So we have to credit Lake Placid for bringing back the creature feature in this way. because like I think this movie would lead to like eight-legged freaks and even bats, and there's a lot. So thank you, Lake Placid. So I put this movie on, and it's super early in the morning, and my head it just explodes. It just explodes because of the names I see around the movie. Okay, like it really it got to me. Music by John Ottman. Oh my god, I'm a huge John Altman fan. If you watch any of the X-Men movies, he most likely did the music. We have our cast. Okay, Bill Pullman, I had no idea. Bridget Fonda, I had no idea. Because you gotta remember, I'm sitting down thinking I'm watching a different movie. I kind of knew relatively early when I saw like the lake and the forests and stuff, and I'm like, this is not set in Africa. What movie is this? But we have the Bill Pullman, Bridget Fonda, Brandon Greed, or no, I'm sorry, Brandon Gleeson, and we also have the fantastic Oliver Platt, who is dynamite in this movie. I love Oliver Platt, whatever he's in, because he's such a unique looking guy. Like his everything about him is unique, and he always kind of plays this like a little bit of a chauvinist. And it's cool because he's like an unsuspecting chauvinist, and he always needs to like lure the girl in, which is incredible. Sorry. And then I'm sorry. And then we have Stephen Miner. Stephen Miner comes from the school of Friday the 13th. He might be the most successful director to come out of any of those movies. Long career in film directing, long career in TV production. Which leads us to our script writer, written by, are you ready for this? David E. Kelly. I said it. The co-creator of Doogie Howser. Picket fences. The list goes on and on for David E. Kelly. Is he still married to Michelle Pfeiffer? I don't know. Ally McBeal. It's endless. David E. Kelly. Top 5, top 10 film TV producers, creators like ever on planet Earth. And I'm just like, what is this? Like, okay, kind of remember this movie getting a warm reception, but holy crap. And then the real bombshell, credit wise, hits me. And look, this is a part of a definition of 90s credits. Okay, there's this idea. This is one of the reasons why like I love watching movies like X-Men Apocalypse, because of the opening credit sequence. There's something to opening a movie, and you kind of have a little bit of a spectacle before the movie begins, because it does set the mood. And I feel like it's a little bit of an art form that's gone today. It just doesn't exist. So the opening credits for this movie, it's like a camera underneath the water. It's just really cool, eerie, and it does set the mood, and it gives us an idea what the environment is. But then like the real bombshell, creature effects by Stan Winston. And that was like a real WTF moment, because I'm like, you should know every single movie Stan Winston touched. Like it should just be in your film like vernacular. So I was totally upset I didn't know that. So it's 2:30 in the morning, and your boy here cracks open. Well, not cracks open. I worked out earlier that night. I had like a late workout, maybe like 10, 11 o'clock at night. One of my interim workout drinks was like 2 PBRs and one half of a Mountain Dew Kickstarter, Mountain Dew flavored Kickstarter, which is a incredible energy drink. I mix it together. I work out with it. So I just dumped the rest of the Kickstarter into like the rest of the beer, and I was up. So I would say I lasted up until like the last like 10 minutes of this movie. But the entire time I'm just like so into it, because like it's a formulaic movie, but it's with the David E. Kelly like relationship and character twist, and it, like we do set up these characters nicely. We set the stakes up nicely. The first on-screen death of this movie is a decapitation. The crocodile just shoots out of the water, bites off some dude's head. Oh yeah, and also Betty White's in this movie. Like, it's just so fun, bizarre, and she's like the bizarre character in all of this. So this idea that a giant like monster truck size crocodile, and we see that at the end credits. This giant crocodile is living in this lake in Maine where it's not supposed to live. And Oliver Platt plays, and this plays into our next movie. He plays our expert character, which is pretty much a 90s trope that no one discusses. It just frustrates me. No one brings that up. But he's like the guy that knows everything. So throughout the movie, he's just giving you National Geographic facts, just spewing it out. Which is it is helpful because those facts get embedded in your mind. And while stuff's happening in the movie, you're kind of like, saying it to yourself. You're saying, but they can't see underwater. Like, maybe this is like helpful and stuff like that. And then we have like Bill Pullman, Bridget Fonda, who looks phenomenal in this movie. Like there's a little bit of like a love interest there. We have Oliver Platt just being, Brendan Gleeson, who is, he's in so many movies. I want to say like Gangs in New York, right? He's one of the guys in Gangs of New York. I think I'm wrong, but he's always like an Irish thug or something. I guess he does that well. I could be mixing it up, but he's in a million movies. I just love his look too. But no, and it's like we have these elements where we have like a love interest, and then we have this like crocodile that's huge, heavy, weighs probably a few tons. It moves like lightning. And it's just like this movie just works so well because the melodrama is pretty much like perfectly scripted. It's perfectly done. It's not overdone. It's not underdone. The movie has a good hook at the end. There's two of them. There's two crocodiles. Like, yeah. And that hook comes at the very end when the bigger one is like subdued. They capture the crocodile because it gets wedged within a helicopter. Okay. But it's like this movie has a level of ridiculousness to it. It has a level of creature feature to it. It has a level of like, we're going to update this genre type momentum as you're watching this movie. There's like a one-upsmanship while you're watching this. These are all the things that make this movie great. Now, how did I not know that this movie also had like 6 sequels? Okay, there's Lake Placid 2, 2007, Lake Placid 3, 2010, Lake Placid the Final Chapter, 2012, Lake Placid vs. Anaconda, 2015, Lake Placid Legacy, 2018. Like, what is happening here? The budget for this movie, according to Wikipedia, roughly, like, we'll just call it 30 million. Box office 60 million. So like, and there you go. Like we have one of the best crocodile movies ever made, rightfully so. Wait, right? It's crocodile, not alligator. Maybe I'm saying no, it's crocodile. I was about to redo this, but no. Very exciting. Just very exciting to watch this movie and to experience like this 90s fest. It really is, because I cannot stress contrasting this enough with Vampire in Brooklyn, the Day 21 movie, where that's a stacked behind the camera, front of the camera. That the credits for that movie is stacked. The credits for this movie is stacked. But we have like a good screenplay and we have a bad screenplay. And I really think that's what it comes down to. Or like good execution, bad execution. It's really hard to know why movies go like off the rails sometimes. Like everyone, like it's all conjuncture. Like people just like fill in blanks. But no, I mean like one turns out great or fun, and one turns out very hard to watch. It's amazing. But everyone, 31 Days of Dread. Tomorrow we're doing Crawl, which is the best crocodile horror movie ever created. It's fantastic. We'll talk about it then. I'll see you. Quick announcement. So this episode is dedicated to my father, R.I.P. Tony DeLuca, Tony Ironfeet. We love you and we miss you every single day.